Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, and welcome back to my channel. That's not how I start videos, but it's how I'm going to start this vlog, because we're also starting this vlog in the middle of my car at 8 o'clock at night, because I just finished work at my piano studio, and we're just going to have to deal with this really terrible lighting for like 3 seconds. It's fine. Welcome to week 3 of Preptober, and also one of the last weeks of Preptober, because next week is Halloween, guys, and I'm panicking. We have less than 10 days left now. I don't even know how many days we have left now. What is it, the 23rd? We have 8 days left. Oh my god. I'm panicking and I don't like it. Anyways, my goals for this Preptober week, because I think I should set some goals. Probably, well, I have to finish Anna's character interview that I started, and I would like to get the character interview done of my villain, but that's not super important to me because I know that character comes with writing the drafts and like layering on the different things and stuff like that. But I would also like to firmly finish my Save the Cat beat sheet and print it so that I know where I'm going. I would like to also figure out my opening scene of my novel, because just more than I already have, because I know I already have words written for it. And I've started it as something, but I've taken out the element that I've added into the first, I can tell you. So originally I was gonna have the big bad kind of creepy guy be like summoning demons and stuff in an old, like outdated subway tunnel, but that doesn't really go with the story anymore, as so far as I know. But in the first scene that I have already written, Anna's in the subway on her way to work, and the subway breaks down, and that's what makes her lose her job, because that was the inciting incident basically in my original plan for Project Yellow. But I have to take that out now because that's not how I have it anymore. So I probably am going to keep it as that, or I'm gonna have the opening scene be her in class, because she's gonna be she's a criminal law major, so I don't know. But anyways, that's my goal for this week, because then I will feel more comfortable leading up to Halloween and the beginning of Nano on the Friday of next week. Oh my god, there are raccoons in front of me. Raccoons! Oh my god! You probably couldn't really see that, but that's terrifying. I've never in my life seen a raccoon, so that was new for me. Ooh. Anyways, I'm gonna go home and decompress, because I have 1 day left of work, and then I can relax for the weekend. And I actually had a better mental health day than I usually do on Wednesdays, because Wednesdays are like a bad day to get through for some reason for me. They're worse than Mondays, because I got like half-hour extra sleep, because I actually turned the lights off in my room at 11 instead of 11:30 or midnight like I usually do. So I'm gonna try to do that again tonight, but it is already 8 o'clock, so I have to get going. So I will catch up with you guys at a later time. Hello friends, and happy Friday. It is almost 9, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:35, so like halfway there. And I've just been kind of having a chill day. I have done nothing for NaNoWriMo, to be honest with you. I opened up my Project Yellow beat sheet this morning, and all I wrote in it was keep the running to work in the morning scene. Just think about cutting out the train stopping, which I mentioned earlier in this vlog. and then that's it. So I have my opening image scene, which should be exactly what I need to get started with NaNoWriMo. And then I have my theme stated, which is really fun. And I have the setup idea. So like the setup is a multi-scene beat. I should probably go through this with you guys as like an official type of explanation-y thing for what everything is that I actually am saying about this whole NaNoWriMo thing, but I also like don't want to completely spoil my book in the process, because you guys have no idea how much I have cut out of my vlog footage of me sitting doing these vlog clips, and then, oh, my phone's sliding, this is gonna be good, of doing these vlog clips, and then like, oh, please stay standing. And then like realizing that I have basically given away my my ideas, my villain name, which is like the biggest thing that I can't give away because it's a mystery who the villain is, who's the person who's killing all the things. So I've had to like cut out so much of my plot. But okay, so if you don't know the Save the Cat beat sheet structure, pick up Jessica Brody's Save the Cat Writes a Novel, because holy crap, this is, as I said in previous vlogs, my Bible. It is my Bible, 100%. I love this so much. So much. It is amazing. Anyways, so the main thing that I have been doing is so I first read this entire book. I've read this entire book as you've seen in my previous Preptober vlogs. And then I've gone through and like annotated it. You cannot see it because I did not annotate anything on this page, but this is the beginning of the Save the Cat beat sheet chapter, which I have been following so religiously because I needed to have a good breakdown of everything. I am the kind of plotter that I need to have so much structure behind it so I know exactly where I'm going. But then I've also had moments where like my characters have just kind of taken me into a different space, which is very rare, but also kind of nice. I'm hoping that does kind of happen for some of this because I don't have many scenes plotted out. I just have the beats, which I'm gonna break down for you now. So just so you know. So Act 1 is separated into 5 beats, essentially. Number 1 is the opening image. This is a single scene beat that is the like before snapshot of your hero and their world. Number 2 is the theme stated. This is not even really a beat at all. It is a single sentence that comes up. It is a statement made by a character, typically not the hero, that hints at what the hero's arc or what they're going to learn is by the end of the book. This is also referred to as a life lesson. Number 3 is the setup. So this is where you have the first multi-scene beat, where it is an exploration of the hero in the Act 1 world. It is them as you've introduced them. It is them with all their issues and flaws. And like we realize what needs to change, what needs to happen by the end of this to like fix the hero, basically. For example, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So we open it up with the scene with Dumbledore and McGonagall outside of Privet Drive, and McGonagall says, but everyone in this world is going to know this boy's name, right? So there's the theme stated because he is the chosen one and he has to essentially be the chosen one and save the world, right? And he has to come to terms with that. And then, so that kind of like sets up the magical world, but then the setup of Harry's life, we get all these snapshots of how awful his life is with the Dursleys, and something needs to change. Otherwise, he's literally going to wither away because he's not getting fed enough. He's being like abused emotionally and physically. Like, it's not good. So then we have number 4, which is the catalyst. This is an inciting incident. This is what you've heard so many times your like creative writing people say, the inciting incident. This is the life-changing event that happens to your hero, not what your hero does. It happens to your hero, like Hagrid busting down a door or getting that letter that tells him he's magical, you know? Still talking about Harry Potter if you didn't realize. So this is what's going to push them into the Act 2 world and start the change. And then we have 5, which is the debate. It's another multi-scene beat that is the hero coming to terms with this, trying to think of like what they're going to do next. It's sometimes, in the case of Harry Potter, it's the preparation-y type stuff where Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley and like slowly brings him in to the wizarding world, buys him all the stuff he's going to need for school, you know, that kind of stuff. The purpose of this beat, I'm reading from the book, is to show the hero's reluctance to change or their decision to change, basically. And that takes us into Act 2, where there is a whole whack ton of beats. I'm going to go through it fast because I haven't been talking for a while. So beat number 6 is the break into Act 2, which is a single scene beat where the moment the hero decides to accept this call and go. So this is Harry getting on the train to Hogwarts, basically. Beat number 7 is the B story, so that is the introduction of the new character. This is technically not like an official beat, kind of like the theme stated. It kind of goes with the break into 2 and the fun and games and all that. It's introducing the B story character or characters that will essentially help the hero in the end. So it's Harry meeting Ron and Hermione on the train, right? They're his B story characters. They are from beginning to end. And then we have beat 8, which is the fun and games, which is the biggest beat in this entire thing because it takes you from the 20% mark of your novel to the 50% mark of your novel. And as I've said previously, it can be a upward arc or a downward arc to the midpoint. This is where we see the hero in the new world basically having fun, getting things wrong, going to wizarding school and learning things and going to Quidditch and, you know, it's that kind of stuff. It's the stuff that we basically write on the back of the book to hook somebody in. It is what we were telling the people. Be like, this is what you're buying the book for, basically. And then we have the midpoint, which is so important. And this is often where people say that the story starts to sag. And if you read a book where the story has like a sagging middle, that's because they didn't understand or do the midpoint part properly. Because the midpoint is literally the game changer of this novel. It is the moment where something happens to raise the stakes of the continuation of the novel. So for example, I'm just going to keep using Harry Potter because Jessica Brody wrote out the beat sheet for Harry Potter in this, and it is like, I've studied it so much because it makes so much sense to me. So the midpoint of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is Harry's first Quidditch match, is his first public outing as his new self. He's fully ensconced in this new world and all this point. At this point, Harry believes he's found everything he wants, a place to belong, something he can excel at, and friends, but it is a false victory because the stakes are raised in this shortly after when Hermione announces that she believes it was Professor Snape who cursed Harry's broom during the match. It is no longer fun and games. There's death in this. There's stakes are raised. My hair is falling out of its braid, which is fine. You know, it's like and then they decide they got to get to the bottom of this mystery. So that's the change. That's the midpoint. And that is so important in your books. I like to find the midpoint a lot of the times because I like to see if the story has done it properly. And it's really fun to see, like to realize you've reached that midpoint and go, oh, things are changing now. You can't go back now. And then we have beat number 10, which is the bad guys close in, which is the 50% to 75% of your novel. So it's the second biggest chunk of your novel besides the fun and games. And it depends on what your fun and games were. So if your fun and games were like a upward action to the midpoint, then from this point down, you're going down. basically, this section will be like either progressively good or progressively bad, but it is the bad guys closing in. So either internal flaws doing stuff or the external flaws doing stuff, you know? And then we have the beat 11. This is the lowest point of the novel. It is a single scene beat it is a single action scene beat. There's something happens to the hero again, and this pushes them to rock bottom. It is so bad. It is worse than the catalyst in the beginning. It just completely derails the whole situation. And then we have number 12, which is the Dark Night of the Soul. So this is 75% to 80% of your novel. So it's multi-scene beat, and it is the reaction to what, like, your character has to react to this, right? It's either it's just them making decisions, them going kind of back to their old life, but like feeling it's really, really wrong. They have to do stuff. They have to decide a lot of stuff here. And then we are into Act 3. So the 13th beat of this beat sheet is the break into Act 3. It's right at 80% of your novel, and this is the moment, the aha moment. The hero realizes what they must do, not only to fix all the external problems, but the internal problems with them. They need to realize what that whole life lesson was in the beginning, the theme stated. And then we have the 14th beat, which is the finale, which is 80% to 99% of the book. And that is where the hero proves themselves. They go through a whole bunch of different stages. There's 5 points to the finale to get you through it. This is often where you have a lot of plot twists and like gathering the team and having the plan fail and have to replan things on the fly. It's like that kind of stuff. It's building the big finale. And then the final beat is the final image. So that is a mirror, but a reverse mirror of the opening image. So you have the end where it's the after snapshot of what the hero's life is like. And so yeah, that's everything. And it's amazing. And that's like just the brief like debriefing of what each thing is. And then she goes into detail about each act, like Act 1, and then she starts with the opening image and goes into detail about it. So with my personal Project Yellow, I've been talking for 14 minutes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So with Project Yellow, I have pretty much everything done except for the finale. And I'm kind of feeling like I'm just going to leave it up to fate at this point, because I know the way I write. I know that 50K is probably going to become, for NaNoWriMo specifically, it's a 50K kind of goal. And I know 50K is probably going to make me reach the midpoint of the novel, the way I write, because I overwrite everything. But then again, because I don't have any scenes really mapped out yet, which terrifies me, but is also going to be interesting if I can do this without really having that done. If I just have the beats and like the kind of general like feel and like general scenes that I want to put in there, I think I can do it. But for now, I think I'm gonna read through my Project Yellow beat sheet once more, see if I can tweak anything, see if I can think up any scene ideas on the way, just to kind of see where I'm going to go. And then I'm going to officially print it off so that I have it physically in my hand for when I start NaNoWriMo, which is in literally like 5-6 days, because it's what? October 25th, and it is 10 o'clock at night. So 5 days? 5 days. 5 days left until NaNoWriMo, you guys. Oh my god. I'm so excited because I'm like so determined to win NaNoWriMo this year, but I'm also terrified. So I also really want to order myself a NaNoWriMo shirt if I win. So like, we'll get there. We will get there. Anyways, I'll update you guys a little later. Hey friends, it's now a lot later. I have put my hair up in a bun again. It looks like I missed some pieces. It's fine. It's like midnight. I decided to leave my Preptober stuff for tomorrow because I am very tired. And I also got stuck down a YouTube hole. So I'm going to just leave it for the night. And I'm going to continue watching a little bit more booktube. I have my dog in a little nest here. And I'm going to start Count of Monte Cristo, which I am borrowing from a friend, and it is a beast and I'm scared, but she said it was very easy to read, so I'm hoping it'll be fine. Also, this little one is like Curious George as to what I'm doing. Oh, thank you for the kisses. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this until tomorrow, and we will see you tomorrow at some point in time. Won't we? Yes, look here. There. Hello, good morning. Happy Sunday, friends. I know I haven't updated you in a while, and that's because I haven't done anything for Preptober in a while. Ooh, I'm failing this week for sure. But I don't believe I updated you on what I was reading. So at the beginning of the week, on Friday, I finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I still don't know how to formulate my thoughts about this. I'm gonna be thinking about it forever. It was so good. Oh my goodness. I'm also in the middle of like so many books right now. I'm over 50% of the way through. Where's my little thing? Hunting Prince Dracula. This one, I am that far in, and then yesterday I was like, I'm gonna pick up Renegades by Marissa Meyer, and I'm not even kidding you, in like 3 hours, 2 hours, I read that far, and I was just, it was so easy to read, and I'm really enjoying it, so that's good. I also am starting my classic that I'm going to read for the next little bit because it's huge, and that is The Count of Monte Cristo. I've just like 30 pages in. And then of course, I'm over 50% of the way through, but this is usually what I read at work through an audiobook, so I'm gonna leave that. And then I also started as another audiobook at work, Lethal White, and I'm also a good way of this way through this too, and it's just a lot of books all at once and I don't know what I'm gonna finish. But other than that, I think I'm going to finally go through my Preptober Project Yellow beat sheet, print it off, and officially have it. And I'm also just gonna close up the vlog here because for the rest of the day we're gonna have my family over, so I hope you enjoyed watching this week of Preptober. We are officially only like 3 days away, 4 days away from NaNoWriMo starting, and it's making me panic just a little because it is October 27th today. So October 27th, 29th, 30th, 4 more days, and then NaNoWriMo officially begins. So hopefully the next week isn't like me just like panicking because I think I have enough to go off of. I think next week is just going to be like doing some research, figuring out some more character names and just finding a place that I can just feel comfortable starting. So, yeah. I will see you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on writing. Bye, guys.